Now that the storm system is moving away, the colder air is moving in. So I'll be watching and showing you just how cold it will get in the days before Christmas coming up.
Just days before Christmas, Florida's coronavirus cases are soaring once again, hitting their highest levels since September. We're looking at how we got to this point and the projections for when this newest wave will hit its peak in our state.
Even small changes in the virus binding site can make them ineffective.
And new research shows monoclonal antibody treatments don't work against Omicron. We're asking an infectious disease expert why that plan of attack isn't getting the job done and what it means as the new variant spreads like wildfire.
This is WFTV Tonight.
All those stories just ahead, but breaking news is up first on WFTV Tonight. Several police officers are investigating a shooting at a home in West Orlando. Good evening, I'm Greg Warmith.
I'm Vanessa Eccles. Let's get right out to Nick Papantonis live on Weldon Place. Nick, you got to the scene about 20 minutes ago and learned that a man died.
Yeah, we just got the update from police officially. This is the 4400 block of Weldon Place, a residential neighborhood, clearly houses everywhere, narrow streets, and a lot of space taken up by police cars tonight. You can see the officers milling around doing their investigation. We learned a 30-year-old was shot and was pronounced dead here at told us they saw fire trucks and ambulances here earlier. Those have gone and are just police cars, detectives now remaining. Neighbors say they heard gunshots from several blocks over, a couple of gunshots to be more specific. One of them said she noticed a dark car with their lights off rolling through the neighborhood last night, especially passing by this house. So she thinks that this was, and as police are now telling us too, an isolated incident. So again, you can see the Orlando police officers here doing their investigating. They've been interviewing neighbors. At least one neighbor has a security camera we've seen, so there is some video to be seen here in this neighborhood. But that is the information that we have at this time. Again, 30-year-old dead here at the 4400 block of Weldon Place tonight. Happened around 9 o'clock, and police are still here a few hours later and likely going to be here for hours yet to come. Live in Orlando, Nick Papantonis, WFTV Tonight.
Well, and you see the Christmas lights there. What a contrast. Those people, you know, trying to celebrate the holidays, gunfire, and now this. We'll have more on that, of course, in the morning. Well, tonight, the coldest weather in weeks is descending on Central Florida tonight on the first official night of winter.
And it's going to feel like a Florida winter for at least the next couple of days. Let's get over to certified meteorologist George Waldenberger in Severe Weather Center 9, tracking which cities will make get into the 40s tomorrow.
Yeah, well, just in 49 degrees in Palm Coast and 50 in Citra and Reddick. So watching the temperatures fall on the backside of this storm system moving away. That's what's going on. We have a little bit of a breeze drawing the colder air in. Otherwise, the cloud cover and also areas of very light rain, mist, and drizzle continue over parts of Central Florida. This is clearing to the east, and by the time we wake up, we're looking dry. The clouds breaking up. You can see that slight chance for rain through around 3 a.m. in Claremont, but tomorrow's going to be dry and much colder. And we're going to talk about who will wake up in the 40s coming up. A lot of people north of Orlando, and even colder mornings that will follow in the days leading up to Christmas. Those details in just a bit. Vanessa?
And you can get every update on Central Florida's ever-changing weather all year long with the free Channel 9 weather app. Track the storms in your neighborhood and winter weather wherever you go with the latest updates from our team of meteorologists. Get the app for free from the Apple App Store and Google Play.
And now to our in-depth coverage of the coronavirus pandemic. Today, Florida reported its highest one-day total of coronavirus cases since September, nearly 13,000 new cases, and you can blame a lot of that on the rapidly spreading Omicron variant. And that's prompting long lines at testing sites all over Central Florida. Here's an example of Sky Witness 9 flying over Barnett Park today as people got tested before the holiday weekend. The site reached capacity 3 hours early, closing around 2 this afternoon. As Nick Papantonis shows us tonight, a new set of models is predicting when this surge will peak here in the Sunshine State.
As we get closer and closer to Christmas, it's becoming more difficult for people to find a COVID test in Central Florida. And we're not just talking about free county-run sites, but tests that you could buy in the store as well. That's bad news for people looking to fly out of the country who need to prove a negative result before they can board a flight. Walgreens and CVS are open through Christmas, but the tests they offer at their sites are booked full. on the holiday. Governor Ron DeSantis opened several monoclonal antibody treatment sites up and down the state during this summer's Delta surge. The treatment can prevent serious illness, severe illness, hospitalizations, and death in high-risk patients who have contracted or been exposed to COVID-19. It was a success for so many against Delta, but will it work against Omicron? Our Alexa Lorenzo answers that question tonight.
All right, Alexa, and I recently spoke one-on-one with Dr. Vincent Hsu of Advent Health in Orlando. He specializes in infectious diseases, and I asked him about future variants of the coronavirus beyond Omicron that may be coming down the pike, and if they could even be more contagious or stronger than this one. If you want to get tested, get a vaccine, or just want more information about the coronavirus and its variants, we have posted all of the information in our special Coronavirus in Central Florida section of WFTV.com.
State officials say the record number of manatee deaths in Florida continues to climb, the latest milestone that was crossed, and what's being done to protect the gentle giants. With just a few days before Christmas, Toys for Tots is working overtime to deliver gifts to children in need. How a $15,000 donation came together, helping the older children get some awesome presents.
For Eyewitness News, it's our job to keep you ready in the morning, to make sure that you're in the know of things that will impact your day. It lets you see that there is good in the world, even in the most drastic and tragic events. There's connection to each and every person here, no matter color, race, creed. They want to know that they're included, they feel seen, and that's what I hope to provide to the Central Florida viewer, that I understand what your needs are and I'm here to serve you every morning.
Toys for Tots helps bring Christmas joy to thousands of children every year, but many years it's been hard to find gifts for those 9 to 13 years old. Mike Springer shows us how a local musician is helping to change that by raising $15,000 in just 2 weeks.
Supplies are on their way to the International Space Station right now after another successful Falcon 9 rocket launch.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
Liftoff.
SpaceX launched a Dragon 2 spacecraft from the Kennedy Space Center early this morning. Despite the forecast for bad weather, it worked out. This is a part of SpaceX's 24th resupply mission. The cargo includes more than 24 experiments. It's set to dock at the ISS in about 5 hours or so. And by the way, also on board, turkey, green beans, and even fruitcake for the team up there.
State wildlife officials say the record number of manatees that have died this year is now close to 1,100. As of December 10th, Brevard County had seen the most deaths with 345, and Volusia County was third with 74. Wildlife officials say many of the deaths have been caused by starvation, with poor water quality killing seagrasses that are a key food source for manatees. The situation has led wildlife officials to take the unusual step of starting to feed manatees, but it is still illegal for people in the public to feed a manatee. 3 conservation groups are moving toward filing a lawsuit against the EPA over water quality problems that have led to those manatee deaths. The groups have filed a notice, which is a precursor to suing. They say the EPA needs to start a process to reconsider whether water quality standards are adequate to protect manatees in the Indian River Lagoon. That's where most of the deaths have happened.
So sad. And, you know, they use that word extinct. That's being floated around there. And if we don't do something, then that likely will happen. So let's hope not.
Yeah, and this is the season where it matters, when they need that grass in the Indian River Lagoon. But also, as we cool down, today's the first day of winter, and we'll get a little taste of Florida winter over the next few days. By the way, the solstice was at 10:59 a.m., the official start. And then how fitting it is that we drop down to the low 50s overnight through tomorrow morning. So Blue Springs State Park will likely see an uptick in manatees visiting over the next 3 mornings. By the way, tomorrow morning will be the coldest in 17 days, and then Thursday morning will be even colder. Right now, though, temperatures upper 50s, low 60s in Orlando, but notice northern Flagler County, some upper 40s already, and we have all night to get even colder. And then for the afternoon, mid 60s. So you can see 65 in New Smyrna Beach, 66 Kissimmee. This is going to be a chilly day tomorrow. After a chilly morning, we'll have a bit of a breeze, but not too windy. For our outdoor workers, it will be dry. We'll have a lot of sunshine. Just a few clouds clearing in the morning. The afternoon looks mostly sunny. Then we take you to Christmas morning. 50s to start, very nice. In the afternoon, we're in the 70s with nice temperatures, and then the temperatures just get warmer after that. Your 7-day forecast, the weekend always in view. The next 3 mornings, especially Thursday and Friday morning, chilly. Then we're already back to the mid-70s on Christmas Eve day. Christmas Eve evening looks good, dry, quiet, and then Christmas Day, look at that forecast. 56 in the morning, 77 in the afternoon. Then the 80s return next Monday and may last the rest of the year. Greg?
Looks great. Thank you. Well timed for Christmas. Since the start of the pandemic, the need for food assistance has only gone up. Next, the generous donation that's helping a local organization provide fresh produce for people in need this year.
Download the WFTV weather app. Get a localized forecast from Tom Terry. Just search WFTV. Brought to you by the Law Offices of Attorney Dan Newland.
Involved in a car accident? Call me now, 407-888-8000.
It all begins when you wake up, and you need the right morning team to help get your day started off the right way. A team that tells you the major overnight news with live reporting on the breaking news happening right now. A team to have you ready for what to expect now while preparing you for what to expect next. A team to put you in the know before you're on the go. Kirsten Delgado, Christian Brewy, Dinesh Broom, and Brian Shields, the Channel 9 Eyewitness News This Morning team. Tomorrow, starting at 4:30 a.m.
The Puerto Rican Day Parade has a return date for its annual trip through the streets of Orlando. Organizers say it will be happening Saturday, April 23rd. The parade route will travel through downtown Orlando on Orange Avenue. It's a festival to embrace Puerto Rican heritage and culture. More details on the parade and festival will be announced soon.
This week, Florida and UCF will meet on the football field for the first time in 15 years, but is it a rivalry?
That depends on whom you ask. Coming up, the response from the Gators interim coach and why sports anchor Joe Kepner says his answer could have a lasting impact.
The UPS Store and 9 Family Connection. Community coverage you can count on.
Doppler 9 radar is driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
NFL games on a Tuesday night. Just another example of how the league is planning to make major adjustments to keep their season going, even if it puts their players at risk, and not just from coronavirus. All 4 of the teams playing tonight will play again in just 5 days. And elsewhere in bowl season, there's an ancient sports saying that nearly everything can be connected to Central Florida, and that's even true with bowl games like tomorrow's Armed Forces Bowl. The game itself is in Fort Worth, Texas, between Missouri and Army, but the trophy is made by Lockheed Martin, the game's sponsor. They sent us this video of its manufacturing, made from pieces of spacecraft and aircraft, some of which were made by their Missiles and Fire Control Division, which has facilities right here in Central Florida.
That is a really specially made trophy.
That's a cool connection, too.
All right, thank you for joining us. See you back here tomorrow.
See ya.
Watch Eyewitness News live stream from any device. Brought to you by Bears Furniture. Live beautifully.